Hello and welcome to Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth 2 replay number 7. Today we'll be looking at, let's do, this one, I guess. A free-for-all in Buckland, 4-player free-for-all, and I believe it said I was Uruk-hai, so we will find out shortly. Yep, we are definitely Uruk-hai. So I'm the destroyer as the Uruks, or Isengard. And we have Arcus as the Man of the West in the right corner. Top right corner. A few asterisks as the dwarves. And Durf as Isengard as well in the bottom left. So this should be an interesting game, hopefully. I don't remember this game whatsoever, so it'll be new for everyone. So this guy, Durf, is opening with the Uruk pit and a furnace. The dwarves over here, I'm just going to call them Asterisk, because that's what they are. That's his name is, I guess. Mineshaft and some dwarf, or Hall warriors to build some dwarves. Not a bad start. We have Arcus, right? Yes, Arcus. He is building a barracks and a farm. He has some farms already built. And then we have Uruk-hai as me, and I'm building farms and crossbowmen to start out. As long as from my Uruk pit. So this guy is building crossbowmen as well. Everyone probably is afraid of fell beast or something along that nature. Since this is a 4K game, everyone has spent all their money, but I think this is a 4K game. Well, I generally play 4K games, so I would have guessed it might be. Actually, it might not be. Judging from what people have built, it's actually looking like a 1K game. So maybe it is a 1K game. Regardless, let's see what we're doing here. Just building up some farms, really. Nothing too exciting in the beginning. The Arcus is capturing the outpost. Always a good idea, but he's not going to get very far with these crossbowmen here from Durf. Maybe he'll destroy it just so no one can have it? No? He's continuing to build farm, mineshaft for him, nothing really over there. Some pikemen to protect this guy's base. He's got some soldiers now. This is definitely a 1K game because there are no heroes. Should have checked to begin with, but I forgot. Alright, more crossbowmen from this guy. He will do very well with crossbowmen early game, since they're playing Ringing Around the Rosie here. Can't decide what they want to do. But now he has his guys on top of their crossbowmen, so that's good for him. He managed to get a good position on these crossbows. Their defense is not very good, so if you can get close to them, it's good for you. Good for you. I now have the Creebane? Crows, murder crows, that's right. On my fortress. So now I can see quite a ways. I always like to get a vision. Because as you see, looking from my view, I can see all the way into this guy's base. I know exactly what's going on in the middle, everything. So it's a good situation to do to start off sometimes. You know what to build to counter your enemy. It's just helpful. So these swordsmen are continuing to put in some work over here. He looks like he's destroyed a furnace and he's now starting to kill off these crossbows. And now these banner carriers he's going to regenerate. And it's not a good situation for the blue guy. Blue guy is continuing to try to capture this outpost with pikemen now. And some crossbows. Probably doesn't have too many crossbowmen left in there. No, he just has 2. So really it's like 2 battalions of swordsmen against some pikemen. Which is disadvantage for the pikemen because that's the direct counter to pikemen is the swordsman here. While those 2 are battling, me and the dwarves look like are just sitting back doing our thing. There's a Boromir out here from Arcus. And then Asterix is has built a Gloin. Gloin is a great hero. Well, all the Dwarven heroes is great, but I think Gloin is the second best behind Gimli. And then Keenane, third. That's just my opinion, but I feel that's valid. Since Gloin is just so strong against structures, and his slam can do pretty good damage against units if used properly as well. So the swordsman over here regenerating, and then he'll probably go down here and attack more. Although he does have Warg Riders now. That will change things for him, and he will no longer be able to use these very well. Because these Warg Riders are just going to trample them and slaughter them. Meanwhile, I'm not being touched. So I'm just building up my army. Looks like I got myself alerts now, so that's good. And somehow I managed to grab this as well while I wasn't looking. Probably with alerts. So here we got 3 battalions of Gondor soldiers, along with Boromir. I've got some pikemen, some crossbows, and a battalion of Uruk-hai swordsmen. So my army's looking pretty good. Glad to have at least 1 battalion of pikemen because of these Warg Riders. See what the dwarves are doing down here. He's got Gloin just leveling up. He's building some axe throwers. And he's keeping everyone in his mine shaft. Looks like he's unloaded his mine shaft though. Let's see where purple is on the map here. Right here. So no one's really fighting at the moment except for the middle. Everyone's fighting over this outpost. Everyone wants that extra resources that thing gives, and it's not a bad amount. Looks like Blue managed to grab it again, but he won't have it very long, I'd imagine. I think it's only a matter of time before someone destroys it. Or at least knocks it down, I should say. Never destroy it.
They're coming straight for us.
Oh, poor Gondor soldiers. Never had a chance. So here 3 armies are meeting in the middle. My army in the middle here. And then we have some blue. Look like most of blue backed off. So it's just me versus the Gondor. Here comes the Horn. Here comes the Crows. Crows will help me immensely here. He has no way to kill these crows. But he does have a Boromir and an Aragorn. Simultaneously I have a level 2 alerts, which gives them carnage. I don't think it's going to be enough. And with Boromir's knockdown, not a chance. Boromir's knockdown is very powerful against heroes. But I do have a lot of crossbows, and he was being weakened by these Creebane. Or Krebane, however you want to pronounce it. I pronounce it Creebane, so I'm just going to keep doing that. Here comes the dwarves. Pretty decent army, honestly. He's got himself a Gloin leading a big army of axe throwers and guardians. He's probably going to want to give himself some pikemen if he doesn't have any. Yep. Dwarves aren't great. Like, cavalry aren't great against dwarves, honestly. Even the swordsmen don't trample very well. It just seems that way, at least. So he might be okay without him. No one's really going heavy on the cavalry anyway. Except for this guy, he's more or less harassing with him. So he's going in here. Probably not going to accomplish much with only this amount of Warg Riders alive in a battalion. He may get a farm, possibly. Now Asterix has built a a Gimli, excuse me. Gimli is the most powerful dwarven hero, and he will definitely come in handy for him. Looks like I set some crossbowmen up in here, just to be annoying. But they will soon be killed. Meanwhile, I'm using some War Riders to harass this guy's base here. They do very good damage in structures. Durf's Furnace is going to go down very quickly. And hopefully I'll be able to get these out of there without running through the pikemen. Well, sort of. Let's see. Looks like I've got the excavations, I've got an armory now. Let's see if I got any upgrades here yet. No. It is level 2 though, so I will be getting our upgrades at some point very soon. Uruk-hai tends to be the army to get upgrades first, just because they get the best resource income, I feel. Aside from goblins, who have scavenger. Scavenger is very good. So now here's a encounter with Arcus? Yes, Arcus is a Men of Gondor, Men of the West. Sending my alerts in to probably slaughter these archers here, since I feel they will do the most damage to my army. And then our Boromir just shuts them down. Meanwhile, he's capturing this tower here. It'll be a good defensive point for him. Now I have Saruman. Let's see what else is going on here. Looks like the dwarves are attacking this Uruk-hai down here. Managed to build a tower. This is a no-rules game, I'd assume, since towers are banned in GameRanger for some arbitrary reason. But they are. And this Lurch is not going to be able to stop this army. He may get away though. Oh, just barely. This is going to be very hard to stop for this guy. These towers will help. But he does not have the army or the means to stop this, and he's probably going to die to some axe throwers right here, I'd imagine. Or Gimli or something along those lines. And now tiny attack force of men are attacking me over here. Taking out one of my furnaces. Very annoying, but probably to be expected at that point. Saruman's going to be a tide changer, I feel, with his wizard blast on these little battalions of Gondor soldiers. Even fireball. Very good. I do have fire arrows now, so that means I have a level 3 forge works. So I have that, I have armor and weapons. Do I have banners? Probably not. I tend not to buy banners. Sometimes I do. And there you go, there's a example of Saruman just cleaning up those pretty easily. But now he has Gandalf, so that will be a wizard on wizard fight there. He has a better army than I do. Well, kind of. I guess not. Although, I forgot, Saruman has a knockdown as well as Boromir. So I may be able to actually win this. Oh yes. Very good. Looks like my alerts will survive. Okay, great. Meanwhile, the dwarves are pummeling this guy's base here. He's got a Gimli with Slayer, level 5. very, very hard to stop. And I don't feel this guy Durf is going to be able to stop this army. Even with these bats, he has no... yeah, his fortress is toast. So there goes the Uruk-hai fortress down there. And dwarves will just clean up this base. There's nothing really left for him. Now I'm just trying to defend against this attack of men. Quite difficult when he has a leveled Gandalf. Level 4 already. So he has his lightning sword, his wizard blast. He can mount if he wanted to. But Boromir and Aragorn together are just hard to stop in general. And he has that plus Gandalf. I do hear Aragorn, but I do not see Aragorn. He's somewhere in there. And he's got this fortification here. Even if I did try to attack him, it'd be hard to get past these archers in this tower. Oh, there's Aragorn right there. So Durf has been defeated. Looks like the dwarves are moving up towards my base. Bad news for me. Dwarven base is looking pretty good. He now has a... yeah, let's check the PowerPoints here. Arcus has Tom Bombadil and Heal and Elvenwood for him in his arsenal. I have the Creebane and War Chant and about to get 10 power points, so I may get another power. And the dwarves, they have Dwarven Riches and Heal and about 15 power points. So I believe he's going to have to get Cloud Break probably if he wants anything useful after that. Or he could go for something else. Here comes Tom Bombadil. So I'm gonna have to fight for my life here, pretty much. Armies, not too hard to stop. Heroes, on the other hand, very hard to stop for me. All these leveled heroes he has. Hard for me to stop without proper forces. But he will not be able to take my fort without an army to back him up. And with Saruman, that's going to be difficult for him to keep an army. Looks like the dwarves do not attack me, and they go back to their base to heal up next to this hearth. And he's going to continue to get levels. So he's killing the white layer, get the money, get the levels. Good idea on his part. So at level 7 he get... oh no, it's level 6 in this. Level 6 he gets Elendil, which causes fear, which is quite useful for him. This is a very powerful attack from what I remember. I haven't played with Gandalf in a very long time. Or at least got him to that level, I should say. On 1.6, I've done it in 1.0. And I remember it being powerful. Captain in Gondor, once he gets that, he'll be able to level up his troops for free. Useful power. Looks like he's stealing my, not mine, but he's taking both these signifiers, so he'll have, I think it's 25% power regen time off per thing, so he'll have 50% regen on his power? I'm not positive about that. I could be pulling that number out of nowhere. So I'm not actually doing that well in this game. It's gotta be said. It's not going as well as I would like. Looks like I do see these soldiers though. And the Saruman. A nice wizard blast is in order. Oh yeah. More experience for my Saruman. If I can get Speechcraft, that'll give me the experience booster. Be useful for me. And now it looks like the dwarves and the men are going to attack each other, which is good for me. It gives me time to build up my forces. Oh. Apparently his gloin is level 10. So, armies are going to be very hard to keep for this guy. The Shatterhammer is a giant AoE explosion of damage, which is very good. Although he does have Sorry Lie, Wizard Blast. He has a level Gandalf, plus Boromir Aragorn. So he is no joke on his side. So both of these teams are very strong. He also has the Ivory Tower. He can see everything. Even without using it, I believe he can see pretty much everything. He can see most of my base. And most of this guy's base. You will see attacks coming from a mile away. It's one of the advantages armies with vision powers they have is they will be able to build a counter for an attack before it happens. I do have the armor plating upgrade now, and it looks like I'm building myself a wall here. Like I said, this is a no rules game, so I am allowed to build walls. And that will help me defend my base quite well. Uruk-hai walls do not allow placements like arrow towers and whatnot, I don't think, no. Just gates and wall hubs. So it's not as defensible, but it's still very good. It's going to be hard for the dwarves actually in this position. Dwarves do have a level 10 gloin, but the men have very good heroes, leveled up, decent army. He doesn't have his upgrades though, he does have fire arrows. But other than that, he does not. As to where the dwarves have all kinds of upgrades in their arsenal. And dwarves also have mobility. He was away from his base, possibly getting ready to attack me, but he cannot do such a thing. So he has to retreat back to his mine shaft to get back to here to stop this advancing men army. And ouch. Not as effective on fully armored dwarves. Next to a hearth especially. They will heal up quite fast. So the dwarves should be okay here. Yeah, the men are forced to flee. Meanwhile, I'm moving out here with my army. Opportune time to strike is when both teams are occupied. I feel waiting for one person to fight off the other person is just silly. If you get double teamed, that is free-for-all. That's the fun and the bad side of free-for-all. And you must take the good with the bad. But the dwarves don't actually have that many mine shafts left. I've taken out everything in the bottom left. Looks like I'm starting to take it for resource space. My base is defended well enough. You know, I have this wall. It's not a completed wall, so they can come in here or here. Or go through it if they please, but probably not. I do have a wizard tower now as well. I could probably use this wizard tower to get rid of this if I wanted to. Yeah, I'm continuing to build up a big army of fully upgraded Uruk-hai warriors. And pikemen and whatnot. That looks like that's exactly what I do. And there goes a tower with a fully upgraded battalion of Athelian Rangers. Dead. So good use of the lightning tower there, wizard tower. And with his defenses down, I think this is a good time to strike him, as his army will be away from his base. And I think he knows that he's in trouble, so he's retreating back home. But the dwarves did see him, and they did see him retreat, so they may chase, which looks like what is going to happen. Pretty powerful army here, but so does he, and he has backed up power back up from yeah, the Gandalf. Gandalf's going to be difficult to deal with for me. Problem with Uruk-hai is late game they don't have as many heroes to deal to, like powerful heroes. They have 3 heroes. No, they have 4 heroes. They have Sharku. No one really plays with Sharku, but he is a hero. And it looks like my army's being crushed here, which is unfortunate for me. To get some more graders up in there. But the dwarves taking this opportunity while he is completely occupied with my army to completely just get his army up there and destroy this fortress. So the men are in a bad spot here. Arcus does not really have much options left, especially with a level 10 Void. Level is he's a level 5 King Dane, pretty good. Yep, the men losing their fortress. I mean, they cannot recruit their heroes again, cannot use their heal, all sorts of things, so they will probably die off here. Meanwhile, I'm trying to rebuild my army. Looks like I'm going battering rams now. Battering rams are underappreciated in my opinion. They're very powerful in structures. And I'm also going to siege ballistas, the equivalent of catapults for Uruk-hai. Yeah, the men don't have a chance. Once his heroes die, he's out of the game. But his heroes are not dead, as you see, and he is killing quite a few dwarves. But with the dwarven army up here, opportune timing, like I was talking about. He does not have the means to stop my army, I don't think. He might. But I am sending more in. He has summoned a dwarven citadel here. So I hope in defending. He might be able to defend. He has quite a few axe towers here. I do manage to get a battering ram in here. We'll see how well that does. He does have some pikemen. He'll probably be able to kill it pretty quickly. Along with the help of those axe towers. Yeah, they didn't even get to hit. He has a lot of defense here. And it's going to be hard for me to penetrate these defenses. Straight up. So it looks like I bought the men some time by attacking the dwarves. He did not have time to finish him before retreating to his base to save it. I should really capture this outpost here. Although I do have a lot of resources being built here. Or acquired, I should say. Looks like I've queued up a lot of battering rams. I think I'm committing to the battering ram. And the ballistas. That'll help me in my siege against the dwarves. Because if there's one thing you need to crack this defense, it's going to be siege weapons. My Saruman will be very good for killing these armies. And Lurtz will help for killing the heroes, assuming he doesn't get Gimli back, which he probably will. Looks like the dwarves might be moving out here to finish off the humans, or the men of the west. And I don't think he'll be able to stop him. Although he does have all 3 of his heroes still, so it is possible he could. Looks like I have captured the outpost and they're rebuilding it. Meanwhile, the dwarves are attacking here, and I see that. I don't think he sees me? No, he must see me. He does. Okay. So he sees an invasion force coming at his base again. A couple battering rams this time, more than one. Although he does have glowing Gimli and King Dane. And his army engages my army over here. Not the best news for me. He's going to destroy my ballistas. It looks like I'm managing to weave 2 battering rams in there. Oh, so everyone dies. Ouch. Boom, there's 1 hit. It's going to take a bit for his, when he's crippled. Well, took off half the fortress health. Not bad. That was just a couple hits from a battering ram. Looks like the men have rebuilt their base. All these axe towers, it's going to be very difficult for me to break this. And he's got a lot of powers as well. But I do have the Watcher now. Watcher is very good. I have Industry, which I've had probably. Devastation. Devastation is good for either freezing an army or taking a giant chunk of trees and turning it to resources. There comes a Watcher. I don't know if that's the best use of the Watcher, but it happened. Probably would have been better to cast before I went in. That way he wouldn't be able to stop me, but I didn't do that. I do have more battering rams and ballistas though. I am looking to break that defense. Men have Earthquake. Potentially men have the power to break these defenses for me. And that'd be extremely useful. I don't think he'll try to do it for me, per se, but he may do it without realizing. If he uses it just to try and kill the dwarves, I can take that opportunity to kill that fortress. But we shall see. So I'm continuing to pump out troops here. He does use the Earthquake, crippling the dwarven base. Absolutely devastating for them. Also kills a lot of his structures. His mine shafts are all gone except for 1, I believe. No, 2. He has 2. So his command point limit is very low. He probably can't build any troops after these. No, he's still building troops somehow. Even though he has quite a few troops at the moment. Huh. I guess 2 mine shafts can run you pretty well as dwarves. Looks like Arcus has been defeated. I think he saw my invasion force and just quit. So yeah, that's 1 team down. Looks like I'm bringing a mine into the game. Oh, a couple mines. That might be hard to stop. Now that he's earthquaked this guy, I have a good chance here. So he's going to be focusing on these battering rams undoubtedly. They're the most dangerous thing in my arsenal right now. He may not see the mines coming. I mean, as dwarves, you don't have the vision that anyone else has. And now he cannot build troops. His barracks has been destroyed. I have taken position onto his fortress. Here come 2 more battering rams. We're going to probably dispatch those pretty quickly. I'm not sure if war chanting battering rams does anything, but I do it anyway. If I had a Saruman, I could fireball one of these and just destroy everything in its radius. I probably won't need to, it looks like. He's trying desperately to stop all these things, attacking his fortress at once, but it's too much. A mine has been deployed, but I don't have anything to trigger that mine. But I don't think it matters at this point. He's focusing mines. Even though I do have Saruman. Maybe I'll go out with a bang. That'd be amusing. Probably not, since my heroes are like right in the fight. Oh, here it goes. Oh, and it looks like he hits the guys in front of him instead of the mine. Epic fail. Saruman, epic fail. Potentially could have been the end of the game if that would have went off. But the dwarves are completely crippled. Not completely. He still has a builder. And he has some guardians and a mineshaft. I'm not sure if he knows this. Because if he did, I'm sure he would have took him out. At least you would think. But, yeah, he didn't have a chance and he knew it, so he has left the game. And I am victorious. So yeah, that was a pretty good game. Looks like one I would have had fun in. And I hope you enjoyed watching that one, and we'll see you in the next replay.